Welcome, friends, to another camping video here on Lissa's Raw Food Romance. This time we went to Sedona, Arizona, where we met up with a bunch of friends. We took our microgreens with us camping, and we made some delicious food while we were there. So please stay tuned and check out how we ate raw vegan and what we prepared. If you like videos like this, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We love creating these videos for you, and we will have more coming soon to this channel. So the day before we left to go camping, we prepped pretty much all of the things that we would need. We started out by making some kale chips. These we enjoyed with our friends around the campfire. And we made some crackers. This recipe is the everything crackers in my party food ebook. There is a link to all of the ebooks in the description box below, so head down there if you were interested in any of the recipes we show in this video. We also started soaking a bunch of cashews for some of the dressings and made some burgers. These are the beet burgers that, again, you can find in the burger book recipe ebook that we have on our website. Nate formed those into round patties, and we made enough. Actually, we made more than enough for everybody who was going to be showing up to our little camping get-together. So we dehydrated those, and we also made some falafel patties. Now, this is from Meal Plan Volume 3. There is a falafel ball recipe in that ebook, and we blended those up and made patties because we wanted to add them to our tzatziki salad that we plan to have one of the evenings. These are easy to create, just putting all of the ingredients into a food processor and then forming them into patties and allowing them to dehydrate for a few hours at 115 degrees Fahrenheit. While those were dehydrating, we stocked up on all the fruit that we would need for our days out in Sedona. I also prepared all of the dressings and sauces that we were going to need for any salads, the burgers, the tacos that we were going to make while we were camping. So we vacuum blend the sauces and we vacuum seal. Now, this DIY version, you just poke a hole in the top of your lid, get some electrical tape, you can chop off a little piece and put it in the center of your sticky piece and put the double layer center over the hole. Now, this, yes, is a do-it-yourself version. There are lids that you can get, but these work really well for us, so we stick with those. And Nate was packing up all kinds of other things. I made enough dressings to cover us for lunch salads and our dinner creation, so the burgers and the tacos that we were planning on having. So I had to make the cashew sour cream, the nacho cheese sauce, and I made a tzatziki for salad. This is the Barefoot Blue Jean burger sauce that we really like as a salad dressing. This sauce was created special for one of the bundles that we were in. So we made that and vacuum sealed. Just put our vacuum BioChef on top of the seal and it sucks all the water out. You can see the little bubbles kind of popping. Vacuum blending and vacuum sealing our dressings for camping trips, for travel, or even for the next day for lunches really helps to extend the life and keep the nutrition in our food because we're not blending air into our dressing, and because we are taking the air out by vacuum sealing, there is way less oxidation that happens, so it keeps more nutrition and it stays fresher longer. So as you can see here, we labeled our jars and we planned out what salad dressings we were going to have each day, but this trip didn't go necessarily as planned, and you'll see later on what we decided to have for lunch instead. But having a plan is great, and then you can be spontaneous on top of that in case you want to eat somewhere else or do something different. But having a plan is really essential. So here again is the vacuum taking the air out to extend the life of this Caesar dressing that we got from Chris Kendall at the Raw Advantage. So here are the burgers. They're ready to put into a vacuum sealed bag. Now again, we love vacuum sealing because it extends the freshness of our food. So we use parchment paper to separate the burgers so they don't stick together, and we put them in a bag and vacuum sealed it. Here are all the bags ready to go for our salad ingredients. We do like to chop things in advance for busy camping trips. If we were not doing any hiking or anything, we'd probably take the ingredients whole and just chop them at camp. But because we are going to be fairly busy, we decided to just chop everything and vacuum seal it. This makes it super easy to just open the bag, dump it into our salad bowl, and pour the dressing. If you're looking for bags like this, we have a link to Lissa's List, which is a Google Doc full of all the stuff that we really love to use, from kitchen things, camping things, microgreen things, skincare, books, all that kind of good stuff. You can find that in the description box below, along with the link for our eBooks. Here is the taco meat, which is in the mini taco ebook. All our ebooks are 40% off with code RAWFOOD40. So head on down there if you're interested in making any of our recipes that you see in this video. The taco meat then went into the dehydrator for about an hour and a half, and our falafel burgers are ready to put in a vacuum sealed bag, and that was the last thing that we did the day before we left. The next morning we got up and finished up any little extra prep that we had to do. We put the taco grounds into a vacuum seal bag, and we started on our lunch. So our lunch is going to be a mason jar masala, or masala on the go kind of deal. This recipe is actually in our web-based meal planning app. We make a sauce, and then we add all kinds of frozen and fresh veggies. So if you're looking for the app, that is at rawfoodromance.com. It's $5 a month or $50 a year if you want to use that, but it does have some pretty cool recipes. We just make a sauce, any sauce you want, put those veggies in there and put them into jars. These are going to sit and thaw during our trip. We put all of our salad ingredients into a cooler bag with our ice packs, and we try to make sure that the lettuce or any vegetables aren't touching the ice packs directly, so we will put some cardboard in there to separate. Here is our fruit shelf. We left some of the fruit that will be ripe when we get back so that we have some fruit when we do get back. And I washed the grapes. These will be our car snacks and other snacks during our trip. They're great car snacks. These are so awesome to have, and they give you a lot of energy. So that's definitely something we like to take. And of course, we can't forget our smoothies. So we made some big smoothies that would tide us over until lunch after we get to Sedona. Then we gotta pack the truck. And yes, we brought our own microgreens because we didn't want to leave them at home. They wouldn't be watered and they were ready to eat. So we thought, might as well bring those on our camping trip. The only thing that we wanted to make sure that we brought was water so that we could water them. We always bring extra water for ourselves, but we had to bring extra for our microgreens. We have our chargers, our pillows, our smoothies, and we are ready to go. Driving to Sedona was absolutely beautiful. As usual, I mean, Sedona is such a great state and so incredibly gorgeous. We drove all the way from Las Vegas to Sedona, and we snacked on those grapes. We ate all of the grapes from our cartons on the drive, and we drank our smoothies as well. We met up with our friends Angelica and Paul and their sweet puppy Dino, and they had a spot set up for us and everyone who was going to be coming for our little camping trip. It was gorgeous. As usual, the red dirt is beautiful, and there's no words, really. There's no words. Nate brought out all of the microgreens. It was super windy, so we didn't want to set up the tent right away. If you're looking to grow microgreens like these are peas, and we had another tray of peas that had started sprouting. We didn't want them to die, so we brought them with us. These are radishes, and we had some garlic chives and some amaranth as well. Again, if you want to learn how to grow these, Nate's microgreens course is in the description box below. So we didn't set up our tent right away because it was super windy. So we went for a little walk down the trail with Angelica and Paul and their dog and just soaked up the sights. We got back to camp and had our late lunch, which was our masala in the jars. It was perfect and it was really, really good. Shortly after we ate, our friend Ginger arrived to our camp spot and we started to set up her tent and our tent. The wind had died down enough for us to put up the fly first, and then we put up the tent on the inside after we set that up. The sunset was beautiful, and we really enjoyed a nice evening together, cozied up with some blankets by a campfire. Once our tents were all set up and we were ready to go, cozied up with our lights and cozy pillows, snuggling up together, having some fun, it was time to make some dinner. So we went into our cooler, we brought out our bowls and added some of the bagged lettuce and other vegetables that we had ready to go. We were having some tzatziki sauce and the falafel patties added to our salads on this late evening. This is our cooler bag where we keep all of our dressings. We just put the jars in the cooler bag and put ice in it. If we need ice, we can always go into town to get more, but this is how we store our dressings. And here it is, our tzatziki sauce, ready to go on our salads and enjoy. We shared a salad with Ginger. She got her own, and we had a great time hanging out and eating these on the tailgate in the dark. Good morning, our first full day in Sedona. We woke up and got ready to have some breakfast. Here was the view, beautiful blue skies, ready for a great day of hiking. We watered the microgreens to make sure that they were doing okay, and they all look really great. It's definitely out of the ordinary to bring your microgreens camping, but we really didn't want them to die, as I mentioned, so they made great additions to our salads. For breakfast, we enjoyed plenty of mangoes and oranges and bananas, and hung around camp just a little bit until we were ready to go for our first hike. We drove down to the airport mesa and hiked up to the top. This trail was pretty easy. It was decent and I didn't need any poles. Definitely one for the whole family. It was absolutely beautiful. After that hike, we took a drive to the Peace Park. This was a gorgeous area where you can go to meditate or spend some silent time together. We had a great time looking around and being at peace, just kind of in a grateful state, thinking of the beauty of life and reflecting. It was really, really special to go here. And we even met a woman who was playing the flute. It was definitely soul enriching. And then it was lunchtime. Here is where I was mentioning that the trip didn't quite go as planned. We were planning on having salads for lunch, but why not stop at a raw vegan place to eat? We had some raw food at Chocolate Tree in Sedona, Arizona. This place has a lot of options. We had some chocolate, some raw chocolate. We also ordered the sandwich, which is, again, all raw, super delicious. The sauce was great. And Nate also ordered the cracker platter that had a lot of stuff to it and some sprouted hummus and salsa. Delicious. This was so much fun. We had a great time hanging out all together and eating some delicious food. It was so worth it. After lunch, we drove back to camp, and our two friends, Ben and Ben, brought some berries for us. We hung out in the tent, we chatted, we had fun, we laughed. It was a really, really great time. And then we built our campfire, hung out around the campfire, ate some fruit, played the drums, hung out with Dino, and just had a great time. We all know how great camping is, and it's so much fun when you have more people to hang out with, play music, laugh, and just have a really good time.
Rise, hurricane in the wind. I know the end is coming soon. I feel the rivers overflowing.
Ginger brought her singing bowls with her, and Nate brought his drum, so they started to create some really awesome music while we just silently enjoyed the talent. And then it was dinner time, so we harvested some of the microgreens, the pea shoots, and the amaranth. We chopped up our iceberg lettuce into the lettuce bun shapes and added some of the sauce for those burgers. We also had made some cashew cheese, which I forgot to mention in the beginning of this video, but we made some cashew fermented cheese recipes you can find in the burger book. We added the microgreens, the patties, some tomatoes, some avocado, and these were absolutely amazing. They tasted so good and everyone really loved them. Burgers are by far one of the easiest things to take camping, and everyone always loves them. Good morning to the second full day in Sedona, Arizona. We woke up and had our fruit at our tent, and then Angelica led us through a beautiful, quick little yoga series before we headed off to our hike to Cathedral Rock. Now, we weren't able to park in the parking lot that we really wanted to park in, so we parked a little further away, got to see these cute little deer, and got extra steps in as we walked to the trailhead. It was a little extra of a walk, but the views were gorgeous, considering this is the most photographed, or one of the most photographed scenes in Arizona. The hike up Cathedral Rock is very steep. As you can see with how Nate is sitting here on the rock, that's how steep it is in many of the areas on the hike up to the top. So bring your poles, make sure that your shoes are really grippy on the sandstone, and take your time. Be very, very careful and watch your steps as you climb up. There are people on the trail who are very friendly, and many of them do like to help. We like to help others as well if they need a little boost or need a hand to help them up, because again, it's pretty steep. It's pretty steep. We spent the whole morning climbing up and climbing all around. At the top, we actually did an Om chant with Angelica leading. We had some dried mangoes, some fruit snacks, and just enjoyed the peace and beauty of this sacred place. After we came back down, we caught the shuttle that took us back to the other parking lot that we parked in, and we veered from plan again and went back to Chocolate Tree because there were things on the menu that we didn't get the first time that we wanted to have the second time. Now, all the food that we did take that we didn't have for lunch, we ate when we got home because we were leaving the next day. It was totally cool. We still had all of our vegetables in our bags and it was all good. So we got back to camp after lunch and we just chilled. Camping is amazing because we can just chill, hang out, chat, laugh, enjoy the sunshine. Ginger and the two Bens had to leave that evening, so we had an early dinner. We got the bowls out. We made our salsa and our guacamole. We put the taco grounds in its own bowl. We opened the jars for the sour cream and the nacho cheese sauce, and we got everything ready so that we could have dinner all together before they had to leave. So here is our spread, and again, if you want to enjoy any of these recipes, they're in the mini taco ebook. All of our recipe ebooks are 40% off with code RAWFOOD40. The link is in the description box below. Everybody enjoyed the tacos so much. We filled ourselves up with goodness, had some fun on our last evening together here camping. After everyone left, we made a campfire and just spent the rest of the evening hanging out, playing a little bit more music, and watching Dino sit on Angelica's lap. It was a really quiet and chill evening before we had to leave to go home the next day. It's always sad when we have to pack up and leave, but we had a wonderful time. We're so grateful to our friends for hanging out with us and making the weekend such a blast. We were able to see so many beautiful things and have such a great time together. On the drive home, we drove through Jerome, which is a really cute mountainside town, and enjoyed some audiobooks and the beautiful scenery on the way home. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't hesitate to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget that you can always grab 40% off any or all of our ebooks. The code is RAWFOOD40 and the link is in the description box below. Once we got home, we enjoyed the leftovers that we had from our camping trip. We had some burger patties, some cheese, some sauces. Of course, we had lots of leftovers that we needed to eat over the next day or two because we were eating at Chocolate Tree. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and please check out the other videos that we have here on the screen. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching and liking and commenting. It means the world to me. You mean the world to me. And thank you for making compassionate choices by choosing more plant foods.